All right, these are interesting times, and with the coronavirus, it's causing us to cancel some group training for everybody's safety, so we've got people at home. However, we've got online training as a resource, which we've never had before. It's kind of a new technology for us, and so it provides a unique opportunity for us to continue to provide training opportunities for people at home, as well as participate in what they call it, some social separation, and help hopefully stave off the infection of the coronavirus in our area. So obviously with group classes canceled and training at home, is going to be the first time that we've done this for students. It's also the first time for me, and so we'll work together, we'll figure this out, and we'll come up with hopefully a great solution. Obviously, these are some difficult times for some people all over the world. If you've got a loved one that's succumbed to the coronavirus or is unhealthy, these are trying times, and we want to be sensitive to that. And there's also a concern for the potential catching the virus potentially. And so there's a lot of, things that kind of bring us down. The weather's a little dreary as of late. We're gonna be at home, cooped up. These things kind of can be downers, but it's important that as people who are healthy and just trying to do the right thing, that we also have a light heart. So we're gonna have a little fun in the midst of the coronavirus. And so as we're having fun and we're making some lighthearted jokes, I want you to see this as being lighthearted and not being a disrespectful thing to anybody who might be facing some challenges. But at the same time, it's important that we don't all get down in the dumps, that we also have light hearts and proceed forward with the best attitude possible. So anyway, as we have a little fun and talk about people with unclean hands and doing martial arts to those kinds of people, we just kind of have a good time with it. I hope you understand where we're coming from. It's coming from a good place. As we enter into this time where we're training, instead of training in groups but training independently, it kind of reminds me of the roots of a lot of martial arts, namely karate. And in the art of karate, it was percolating in the island of Okinawa. Well, it was the Ryukyu Kingdom, but at the time, it wasn't part of Japan. So it was called the Ryukyu Kingdom, later became Okinawa. These people in Ryukyu Kingdom were training martial arts and trying to figure out how to really make things work for self-defense. And in this process, they're interacting person to person, close hand, quarter combat, and they're exploring and developing their art. Later on, Japan annexed, took over the Ryukyu Kingdom, made it part of Japan, and in the process, they decided to outlaw all karate training in public. So you couldn't be practicing with another person if anybody was onto you. You had to do it kind of in secret. So with this in mind, it sparked the development of things like kata, doing movements, practicing techniques without another person there. And so we're going to be utilizing and highlighting some kata as we go through this season of training at home. And I thought it would be interesting to kind of bring that to the surface and say, by doing this, in some respects, we're connecting with our past, and it might be a fun way for us to appreciate the cultural aspects that make the art that we study, one of the arts that we study, what it is. And so you might find some interest in that regard, just as I do. So let's go ahead and outline what this online training program is going to look like and what your options are. The first thing is that we're going to take a specific lesson out of the curriculum and then train that specific lesson so people are making some progress. And it's going to somewhat follow the general calendar plan that we've had in place. However, it's not going to be real tight due to the limitations of at-home training. But that's one of our goals, is to make sure there's a curriculum component as part of the training. So I'll go ahead and take the lead in organizing a group training on a specific lesson. However, also realize that each student can target specific lessons on their own curriculum and study those in addition or as a replacement. And so students can utilize this opportunity to focus their training on specific lessons on their tracker that they might want to tackle. With that in mind, I'm going to take the trackers home with me, and they'll be at my home office. Since you won't have it in your hands, you can shoot me an email and I can help you target a specific lesson that might be a higher priority for you to focus in on. Of course, these lessons are somewhat limited based on the content that we have online, but if you're in the Pee-wee class, in the fundamentals class, 100% of the lessons are there as lessons online. If you're in the advanced class, only the lessons that we've been able to capture on video to this point are there. Future lessons that we haven't specifically taught haven't been updated on the media yet. Next, I'm going to be teaching a kata, a specific kata, to all students. It happens to be a black belt kata, but don't let that scare you. It's not necessarily a black belt kata because of its difficulty. It's a black belt kata based on just how we've organized the curriculum. So as a dojo, it'd be nice for us to participate in something all as a group. And so we'll all be participating in one thing together. However, we'll be doing it individually. And as this wave passes of the coronavirus and it's safe to get back and train together, we can have something that we can share together that we've done in common, even though we've been separate. So the kata that we're going to study is a kata named Nahanchi Shodan. And so we'll get into that. Next, we're going to be introducing some fun challenges for you to do at home. This will be fun things to do with family members. Some of it may have a slight bit of creative crafting that you'll need to do to make these tasks work at home, but that'll give you something to do at home to enjoy as far as some physical martial arts challenges. Next, we're also going to be including some physical exercises. So these will be some fun exercise activities that you can do to keep your body strong and healthy as we go through this season. Finally, if you are interested in sharing this with friends and family, because there's going to be a lot of people cooped up at home, if you find that it would be useful, you can feel free to share this video content. We're going to make it available online through YouTube. So we'll take all the material and unlock it so the general public has access. And that way you can share with your friends, and if they are interested in having a little martial arts in their lives at this time, they can participate alongside as well. That'll be a fun thing for the community if they're interested. Also, we've got some unique resources that we've been working on, and we haven't really publicized it yet. It's been in the background. It's not fully done, and that's one reason that we haven't announced it yet. We've got some lesson handouts, which itemizes and explains all the details of the lesson. Additionally, we've got some grading material to see, it's more like a checklist to make sure that you've caught all the details. And so these resources that we have available, even though they're not fully wrapped up and packaged up nicely, we're going to be putting those onto the online media website that we've got. So just use your username and log in. Find the video that you're interested in studying, and below the video, if the content is available, you'll see a PDF download. One is for a handout, and then the other is a grading checklist. You can utilize these materials to go alongside watching the video. And so depending on how you learn the best, you can watch the video, you can read through the handout, and then you can assess yourself on the checklist to see how many of these details you feel like you've mastered. And this will be a nice way to go through there and sift through and just have a little test to see how proficient you feel on those specific requirements. I think at this point we've got nearly all the fundamentals karate curriculum. I don't know if it's been posted at this point, but it'll be coming soon. And some of the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, maybe some of the trapping. And so you can be looking out for some of those resources to help you out at this time.